Okay, so 6 months ago, I uploaded a video on where I showed my apartment. I did a room tour. Yeah, so this is the same place. This is kind of like a part 2 video, so if you haven't seen the video, make sure to watch it after this one. I got a bunch of comments saying that, wow, that's really cheap even though it's located in Tokyo. And I want to talk about that actually today in this video. You know, I want to give you some tips on how to live in Tokyo for cheap price. First tip is that if you want to find a really cheap apartment, just go for the west side of Tokyo. Okay? Look for an apartment that's located in the west side of Tokyo, which is where I am right now, which is where I live. Over here, it's like everything is cheaper. Yeah, so the city side of Tokyo, that's where the Shibuya, Harajuku, you know, Shinjuku, like those areas located at. Yeah, but here it's more quiet. It has both nature and city side to it. So like if you want to have fun at doing karaoke and stuff, you can do it as well. I can't tell you exactly where I am, but let's just say I live in Hachioji. There's arcades, there's restaurants, there's shopping malls, there's everything here pretty much, and the rent is freaking cheap. This place is $300, yeah, a month, like this. And it's also a couch, so you can like turn that into a couch when I have visitors. I got some TV over there, yeah, in the closet. Yep. So what I was saying was, I got no complaint living here. Yeah, and it's cheap, $300. This fucking bug. Just try to find a place in this side, you know, the left side of Tokyo. Yeah, I guess left side of Tokyo. Yeah, from your perspective. It's like a mirror, you know, when filming. The direction changes. So that's my first step. And the second tip is try to find, well, this may be like too much to ask, but if you can, try to find a place near Don Quijote. Don Quijote. Don Quijote is a discount store that has pretty much everything you need in life. They have toilet papers, they have tissue, they have water, they have food, they have drinks, grocery stuff, and socks, underwears, condoms, like pretty much anything. So just that's my advice. If you can, try to find a place that's close to Don Quijote. Now where I live, there's a Don Quijote. I go there all the freaking time. So if it's close to your apartment, yeah, that's a win for you. I forgot to say this, but everything there is so freaking cheap. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The third thing is it's about shoki-hyo. And shoki-hyo is a first payment, yeah, that you pay for the real estate agency for hooking you up with an apartment. Yeah, everybody needs to pay that. I have this paper here that's got all the bills and stuff, the price, the rent and stuff. That's the shoki-hyo. I paid that before I moved in. And from this shoki-hyo, there's actually some money, some things that you can get rid of, you know, if you ask them, hey, I don't need that. So you can cheapen the price of the shoki-hyo. And the first thing you could get rid of from this shoki-hyo is the mushi-kujo or something like that. That's what it says on my. So mushi, it means bugs or insect. Mushi ne? Mushi. And kujo means like getting rid of things. Getting rid of like bad things. Mushi-kujo, like getting rid of the bugs and insects. That's here, but even if you pay for it, it doesn't make difference. They do it anyways. Don't pay for it. You don't need to pay for it. And it costs 3,000 yen, which is like $300. That's a scam. You don't need to pay for it. I said no, I don't need it. So they got rid of it. So minus 3,000. Okay. No, minus 300. So just doing that, you can minus 300. Of course, it depends on the agency price of the mushi-kujo differs. But for me, just doing that, I was able to minus $300. Yeah, from the shoki-hyo. And next thing you could get rid of from the shoki-hyo is the bōsai setto. Yeah, emergency kit. You don't need that one. You can just get one on your, just by yourself. You don't need this agency to hook you up with it. You can get rid of that one too. And if you do that, it could minus 150 bucks. That was the price for me. Yeah, if I were to get it. So with this mushi-kujo and bōsai setto, I was able to minus around $450. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I'm just here to help you. So yeah, so you can get rid of these. And the next thing I'm gonna talk about is about the Tessurio. That's the fee that you pay for the agency for hooking you up. And not a lot of people know about this trick. Even Japanese people. This is gonna be interesting for you. Of course, you need to pay the fee for the agency, you know, because they help you. But keep in mind that as decided by law, you're only required to pay the half of your rent as Tessurio, the fee for the agency. So what they give you on the paper, if it says more than your rent, for example, your rent is $300, and if the Tessurio says, let's say $350, that's fucked up. Yeah. So you should talk to them. Be like, hey, do you mind changing this one, because as decided by law, I only have to pay for the half of it, half of the rent as a max. It's kind of like a haggling game, but because not a lot of people know about this stuff, the agencies take the advantage of it. If your rent is $600, you only need to pay for $300. You only have to pay the half of it. If it's more than the half of your rent, yeah, you can change it. Yeah, you can ask them to like maybe change it. Yeah, that's what I did when I was looking for this place with this agency, and I saw this price and I was like, that's weird. So I talked to them, but the guy was like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can do that, but what I can do is I can give you a free microwave. And I was like, yeah, this guy is doing an amazing customer service, so yeah, I'll let that one slide and I'll get a free microwave. And yeah, that's how I got the microwave. But yeah, if this guy was like being like a horrible customer service, or like if this guy was kind of like being real, okay, sign this, do that, I would have taken the fight, yeah, to him. I would have been like, yo, that's fucked up. Can you fix this price? Can you change this price? Decided by law that you're not supposed to do that. So that's the thing that real estate agencies in Japan don't want you to know. Now, if you have a Japanese friend, maybe bring your Japanese friend with you to the agency when you go for apartment hunting. I'm seeing a lot of people paying a lot more than they should, which is kind of fucked up. People want more and more money. But yeah, they're already getting money from the owner, of this place for listing the ad of the apartment. Next thing is, it's kind of related to what I was just saying, but if you have money, if you can like afford like Airbnb in Japan for like a first like 1 or 2 months of you being in Japan before you get an apartment, yeah, do that. And then try to make friends, try to make Japanese friends during that time, because if you do that, you can actually help bring your Japanese friend with you to the real estate agency when you go look for an apartment. Since Japan has been closing its borders still, you can actually try to make friends online first, before you actually get here. Do that, and then you'll be good to go. You have your Japanese friend with you at the agency. Okay, the last tip, but not the least. Okay, the last but not least. Okay, but last but not least. Okay, so for the last but not the least tip. So last but not least tip. When you look for an apartment in Tokyo, I don't know if it's just Tokyo thing, but Tokyo offers 2 different types of, but at least where I live, where I'm located, there's only 2 types of gas that you pay monthly. The first one is called propan gas, and the second one is called toshigas. Toshigas. And you want to look for an apartment that has toshigas, not propan-gas, because the difference is propan-gas, it costs way more than toshigas. Toshigas is much cheaper. That's the one I have. You want to make sure that the place has toshigas, not propan-gas, because in the long run it costs you way more. Yeah, it's kind of like paying extra rent, yeah, because of it. So maybe what you found has like a really cheap price for their rent, but there's a trick to that. Yeah, they might have propan-gas, so it's kind of like, I think my friend Hikaru, he had an apartment that had propan-gas, and he told me that it was very expensive. So yeah, that's all my tips. I hope this information helps you to get a cheap place in Tokyo. And if you haven't seen my room tour video, make sure to go watch it right after this one, or watch my other videos. Yeah, and subscribe if you're new. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode. I just can't. Yeah, okay? So yeah, I'll say peace out and you say peace out to me. Peace out. Have a fantastic day.